everyone, welcome to the next video from this page, which is from the Menuet de Bonheur book, and we've done various videos for little bits, and I haven't actually done any colouring since the last video. Some of them I've done a little bit to sort of you know, do extra elements, but this one I haven't. But we're going to do these leaves over here today. I'm not really in the mood for colouring owls or squirrels at the minute, so I thought I would just do some easy leaves. Now, I don't know if these are supposed to be a specific type of leaf, but I'm just going to have a go at colouring it in a way I think looks right. Now, if you look at the stem here, or twig or whatever, and how it branches out to leaves, it makes me feel that this is the sort of twig and it might be brown, and then these might be more green, but we're going to do them not just green because we're trying to do an autumnal theme. I'll probably do some green and yellow, but let's deal with the twig part first. And I'm thinking you know, brown is the way to go. So I'm just bang the desk with my chair. I think I might start with the brown ochre. It's a little bit reddish, which is a different type of brown to what we've done for our twigs here, but I think it might, because it's coming from a different tree. Can you see that top there? So I'm just going to put a light layer down because I don't want this to be the main colour. I just want it to have a little bit of a hint of this more reddish brown, and then we'll add some other colours to it. So we're going to now go to a much darker brown, so I'm going to grab the walnut brown and put some shadows in. So my first thought is down here there might be a little bit of shadow there just because of the angle of our branch, and maybe also here. And then I'm looking at this bit and thinking, you know, there's these little lines, I just want to emphasize those a little bit, and then go maybe either side of there to make it look a little rounder, and the same here, like that. And then I'm just going to go even darker with a burnt umber just to finish off and put a final few bits of shadow on. Just, this is a much darker brown, so it's going to look much more shadowy like that. But I'm going to use a little bit of this on the top, on the other side, hoping that it just helps our branch to look a little bit rounder rather than so flat. Maybe that worked, maybe it didn't. Okay, so onto our leaves. Now we've got another set of these down here which I'm not going to do on video. I'm going to do this set, and then the other set I'm going to leave for you to do like I have with the other elements of the page. I'm going to do it in virtually the same way. So to start with these, I think I want to do them green and then make the tips a different colour. That's my thought. So I'm just having a look at my colours. I think I'm going to start with the juniper green. I want quite a dark, well, vibrant green. So this here, there's nothing to that. And then this one down a little bit. I'm just going to do these stems actually, and then think about where I'm going with this after. Just having a think. Warming my brain up. I haven't done any colouring yet today. It's early actually-ish. I mean, it's not really, it's 20 to 10, but early for me to be colouring. So I'm going to now just start bringing some colour into the main part of the leaf. Yeah, I went out first thing actually. Got some groceries. One of my sons went off to uni, and then I popped out. Then my husband went off to work. My other son's here at the minute. He's got to go off a bit later. So that's all good. I've got a bit of an afternoon to myself where I might do more videoing. I might not. I haven't decided yet. It's my first afternoon to myself for quite a long time, so it's I'm not sure. Not sure what I do. But anyway, I'll have to cook tea at some point. That'll be exciting. Now, I do like cooking, which is good. So, all food prep, you know, that sort of thing. I don't do a lot of fancy cooking. I tend to just chop food up and throw it in the oven or something. You know. I'm looking for my next colour on my swatch chart. I am going to go with the permanent green. It's quite a nice, vibrant colour. I think that's it. No, that's the castle green. I've got to try and look through my pencils and find it. There it is, the permanent green. So we're going to just extend this area of green. I am probably going to go right to the end. I want to try and fade it so that there's less on the ends, but I'm not really succeeding very much. Because my final colour, I'm just going to put right on the tips, and hopefully it'll work. Give it a go. It's got 2 chances, as my mum would always say. Yeah, I spoke to her yesterday. She'd been to the docks. She'd had her diabetes checkup, and he was happy to keep her meds the same because her blood sugar levels were coming down towards a satisfactory level, which is good. She's just got to keep working at being a bit more careful with. I think she's actually made a couple of changes. She's thinking more about how to eat in a way that helps her. Different people find different things help them, and she knows what to do. It's just doing it. So she's been doing that, which is really good. And also exercising a little bit more, just walking, and that's all she exercises. She doesn't particularly, she doesn't like doing any other type of exercise, but it's good anyway. So I'm just trying to find the yellow ochre. I think she'd gone through a bit of a stage of not doing so much, going out so much, and obviously it's not so good. What she tends to do is goes out for a meal, is very careful with what she picks. I'm going to try and put this on the tip and then fade it down into that green, try and blend it a bit. And she won't have a pudding or anything like that, normally. But because she has me and then walked home, it's really good for your blood sugar to walk after a meal, because you're using the energy from the food, the sugars, you're burning them off quite quickly before they sort of get processed into your system. And apparently that's a good thing for diabetics. So good. As long as she's finding things to eat out, she'll often have some chicken and salad or something, or chicken and vegetables, that sort of thing. So she's doing a sort of no carby thing, which suits her. It doesn't suit me at all. But we're all different in what we find works well for us. Also working with what we like, So that's all good. But yeah, she was happy. And my dad was a little bit worried that he's deaf again, and not deaf, but his hearing isn't as good. But having they had a joint appointment. Doc said he needs his wax removed from his ears again. He suffers from this a lot, where they get full of wax, and then he can't hear. So he's not going deaf. He didn't know whether he'd need hearing aids or not, but he's very aware of making sure that he's very careful with getting this checked out. I'm going to use the leaf green light to go over the edge between this green and this, just to blend it a bit and brighten it a bit. This is quite a vibrant green. I'm going to sharpen it if I can find my sharpener. So yeah, he's very aware that it's something he needs to keep track on. And my mum's got 2 hearing aids actually. I remember when she had her hearing aid when I was very young, and the doc was quite worried that she was deaf so young, and got her to have an MRI scan just to make sure there wasn't any, cause that, but no, she just is, and that's that. you know. And my sister swears she used to purposely block out noise when we were young because we used to argue. Teenage girls. But I don't know if you can do that. Do you know what I mean? And cause yourself to go deaf. I don't think so. But I know my hearing isn't as good as it was. But I suspect that's true of all of us. I'm going to go back to my permanent green and just go over this darker green area. Because it looks a little bit sparse on mine. You may have coloured a little bit more heavily. You might not need to do this. But I just want to go over that on mine. Just because I can see white paper through. Because I started quite gingerly, or gently, because I wasn't sure what I was going to be doing. So I just feel that looks, I like the colour, so I just want to emphasise it a little bit. Yeah, my husband's also saying he's deaf, but I don't think he is really. Right, we have some folds and creases in our leaves, and I think I'd like to do a little something with them if I can. So I'm going back to my burnt umber. Remember we used that for shadows on here. I think we can use it for shadows on the leaves as well. You don't have to do this stage if you think it's a bit too fussy, but I think I'd like to just put a little bit of shadow along the edge of there and here and here, and then do the same through all of these leaves to just emphasize that little bit of shape. We can put a bit here too where they're overlapping. It's a different type of shadow, isn't it? And I think it might just help to show their shape. I think you know what I mean. Just putting a bit in there where it's turned over. Okay. And just working around. Well, I just remembered I'm expecting a delivery soon, although I haven't had a dispatch notice. So bought a couple of books. I had commissioned to do a colouring from Small Victories, and I finished my Small Victories, so I ordered another one because I thought I can do a bit of shadow under this bit. I thought there's quite a few pictures in there that I didn't do as videos that you might want done, or I might want to do, and there were also some pictures that I did quite a bit in a hurry, which I sort of regret and I'd like to go back and have another go at. You probably know what I mean. You probably do the same thing yourself sometimes. You know, you might be tired or just wanting to colour, and then you just grab a pencil and go, and then you just got to finish it, and then you're like, oh, I wish I'd spent a bit longer. You know, I mean, I know you can go back and adjust a picture you've done already, but I'd rather just have another go, really. But there we go. I have finished those. They do look quite autumnal. You could, if you want, go along around the very tip and make them even darker, but I think I'm going to leave them there because I think I might do that with my oak leaves. So I think I'll leave those a bit lighter, maybe do the oak leaves a little bit more crispy brown, but I'm going to look some up and see what they look like. I do know what they look like, but when they're changing colour, and decide whether I want to do that or not. But in between times I am going to finish this bottom one. There will be a photo at the end which shows it, but it's only a little bit. It shouldn't take too long. There's only 2, 4, 6, 7 colours. It's quite a lot, isn't it, to do for that one. But I just wanted to get this little corner done. I'm actually thinking I'm probably do the acorns next, but I'm not sure. But we'll see. Anyway, I've just got a message on my phone, gone bling. I don't know what that's about. But anyway, I am going to go anyway and finish that a little bit off, take a photo for you. But I hope you have a really super day. Thank you so much for watching, and happy colouring.